the first time I saw Gladiator,
Okay, yeah.
I saw that and I was so inspired.
And maybe you saw more goodness in it than beauty. Because yeah, that's
maybe
true.
because, or I guess we're talking
No.
we're talking about the same thing ultimately. Goodness is beauty, but
Sure.
But I was so inspired to be good because of Maximus, which is actually an interesting exception. So I've been hearing this recently about in movies back in like just a couple of years ago, maybe 10 to 20 years, more like 20 now, you'd have characters like Maximus in Gladiator. You'd have characters like Aragorn in The Lord of the Rings.
I know. I've been thinking
that are
about this
perfect
embodiments
characters.
of men.
Perfect, yeah. They just are just virtuous, good men. They're not. They don't have the. They're not the flawed heroes,
The
which
anti,
is
yeah.
the anti-heroes, which is good.
Not
so that
anti-heroes. There's a word. Sorry. What's like Venom? Is that what they're called? They're called something in comic books. Don't worry about it. I'm sorry. I distracted you. Continue.
But and I think it's great to relate to characters that have a flaw, and then you have their, because it's also easier to make a story about them because there's a progression
and there's an arc. But there's less characters like Superman, which like in traditional is like this is he's perfect. You know, the world changes.
But we need them. We need those characters. We need Aragorn to tell Theoden, ride out with me, and we need those moments of the perfect example, because otherwise, you know, you can't just.
That's true. That's so true, and that's actually I'll give Marvel praise for this. I think Captain America was such a good character. That is such a conservative character. Oh my gosh, people don't realize how like Captain America Civil War is literally like I don't remember it well enough to try to make this argument, but you should watch it again. It is like I just watched it maybe a few years ago again, and Captain America is so right about everything. It's like he just has such a like strong moral sense, and he does not budge. Like, this is good, and I don't give a shit what you think about it. This is good. Like, don't tell me to move. This is still good. Good is good. Like, no matter, like, if the world changes around you, you don't change with it. Like, you're good now and before, and good is still good, you know?
It's nice to think that's an American quality.
That is. That's awesome.
Like
good for them. And now that Captain America 4, I haven't even seen it, but I hope, I heard it wasn't.
What's ironic is that Chris Evans is like one of the most.
Oh, don't tell me that. No, I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Liberal.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
Well. But it's interesting because it reminds me, when I first saw this painting, I told you I was in my art history class.
That's hilarious.
In school, and just very, you know, let's just say left-leaning people, and they were all fascinated by
this. Like extremely.
They love this super conservative traditional painting, and they were looking
full of virtue.
And they were like just talking about it like you're looking at a caged animal in a zoo, like this virtue thing. Well,
this is kind of cool.
Like, they believe this. Shaftesbury believed that you should, like, you know, take control over, like, he believed in chastity and all of these things.
And to let go of worldly pleasures and seek virtue and goodness. Oh my gosh, that must have been so disorienting for you to, like, walk into that class like, what are you talking about?
Like, wow, that's what he believed, just like looking at it.
That's why art is such a good mode of transforming people's mind. Not even transforming, like just showing goodness. That's like to your point about the power of art. Like good art that shows goodness. You don't have to be left or right leaning. You don't have to be religious or non-religious. You can recognize goodness and still appreciate it without it being pandering or lecturing.
Yeah.
Because we're so attuned to when something is like trying to teach us a moral lesson. But when you're just showing goodness, I don't know why it got tiring and when Hollywood stopped showing characters like that. Like, and I really appreciate a morally great character in which we see their faults and it's very human and you can relate. Because we relate. But it's so cool to see like something to aspire to. Like, that's so cool.
That's why I love the St. Thomas More movie as well, Man for All
I gotta watch it. Yeah. I think a good middle ground is a character that is good through and through, but struggles. You haven't seen Daredevil, the show, the original first 3 seasons. He's a Catholic blind lawyer. I won't tell you what Daredevil is. You should watch it. But he is like a really good person, but he's constantly struggling and being tempted to kill Wilson Fisk, the big bad guy of the show. But this is exactly what we're talking about. Like, you should always do good, and you shouldn't take morality into your own hands, thinking you know what's true. Because like, and I guess I won't spoil it because you really should watch it. Like, you're gonna love it, especially that 3rd season. It is like the most moral season of television that they don't even know what, like, and everyone loves it. You don't have to be religious, non-religious, right or left. Like you love it because it's showing real virtue, and it's so cool. And I guess what I'm trying to say is that he's not a perfect character, but he's so good. Like I don't know. I think you're right. We're missing that, and it's good to see. People should make more movies with like really upright characters. And I think the other reason that they're harder to write is because we can, like you said, we can't relate to them as much. So it also comes into like the people that are making the art. It's harder. Like whenever we've written screenplays, like the screenplays that I've written,
to write what you know.
We write what we know, and I like all the characters that I've written have been like struggling in the ways that I've been struggling.
Yeah.
So you don't tend to write perfect characters because it's harder to write, I think.
Just become better.
I guess we just gotta become
perfect.